Hi, welcome to this video day, 12th of September, it's Sunday. In this video we're going to be looking at some simple techniques to catch and follow big trends. Now, in relation to this, I'm going to be looking at a few pairs, 3 euro pairs. We're going to be looking at Euro USD, Euro JPY and Euro GBP. Also 2 euro correlated currencies against the USD, which are going to be the PLN and the NOK. Now, in our view, Euro is in a big downtrend which started in June, but we've seen a significant bounce recently, and I view that bounce as a sell. Now, in terms of big fundamentals, they drive big trends, but obviously you do run to overbought and oversold. That's what's happened in the euro. Oversold, bouncing to big levels, or it's bounced to big levels, and now I view it as a sell. Now, in relation to what we're going to do in this video, if you want to catch big trends, you do simple fundamental analysis. You don't need to do anything complicated. Look at the sentiment, then you can keep your technicals very simple. So what we're going to do is go and look at the trade setups, but just before we do so, please do keep in mind, it is my view as of this specific moment in time. It could of course change in line with the market action and conditions. If you want all our trading techniques and you want to see our analysis of 14 FX pairs daily, just click on the link beneath this video and you can get live access to our member center. You can also join our Facebook group of traders, follow our Facebook page, and finally check out our recommended regulated ECN broker. Now, in relation to the trade setups, I've just been doing my updates in the member center for the weekend, so we can use the charts from there. So let's go and take a look at them. Right, just before we go over and look at the technical setups, just want to go through the big fundamentals. Now, in terms of big fundamentals, I mean, the general economic health of Eurozone against other nations and the outlook for interest rates, okay? Now, in terms of this chart, I posted it a little while ago. It hasn't really changed in terms of what it's showing, okay? You've got US GDP here. Eurozone GDP is the darker line, okay? See GDP US coming up quite nicely into the pandemic, and then obviously the pandemic hits, we go down, then we rebound after the pandemic. In terms of Eurozone, the correction is even sharper. We kind of flatlined now. I posted this chart about a month ago. It's still the same, basically. Eurozone GDP, nowhere near the US. It's about, on the last print, it was 2%. US more than triple. At 3%, sorry, 6%, or above 6%. So you can see the title of the chart, why the Fed ought to be more hawkish than the ECB. That's in terms of reducing stimulus and raising rates. They are, basically. So what you've got is the economic health favours the US or GDP, and also the interest rate outlook. So I just want to go to my next chart, which is down here. And this is, the ECB balance sheet against the Fed. We know central banks have been pouring money into the system to support economies. But if we look at the ECB, look at this. Massive rise recently. Yeah, the Fed are still printing, but not at the same rate. Against GDP, ECB are doing more. They cannot stop, okay, doing stimulus. The zone is not in good shape. You haven't got broad-based growth, okay? So some nations are doing okay, let's say Germany, Netherlands, Austria, but there's a lot of nations who cannot do without ECB support, such as Spain, Italy, Greece, and Portugal. So the Fed, we think they'll be cutting back stimulus this year. ECB won't be. Going forward, they're going to increase stimulus. They did make a cosmetic cut, at the ECB meeting this week, but you could see how, kind of cautious and dovish they are going forward. With good reason, Eurozone economy is not going to recover, to pre-pandemic levels in the near future. You see a lot of media hype about the strong Eurozone recovery. It isn't, okay? So the Fed are going to be cutting stimulus quicker than the ECB. you could say that the Fed are going to raise rates quicker than the ECB, but I think that's too far ahead. I think what we need to focus on is the EU has got really, really big problems. The US has problems as well, but nowhere near the problems that the EU has and the ECB has to contend with. Now, in terms of speculative positioning, I posted this well over a month ago. It's hardly changed. Okay, speculators love the long side of the euro. Okay, they come in recently and they buy the dip on the recent rally. You can see asset managers up here, very long the euro. Okay, hedge funds slightly short. Overall positioning, still in positive territory. So we're looking for this to end and speculators to see the reality, or what we think is the reality in Eurozone, sell the euro and push it down. This is speculative positioning against the yen. Basically, speculators prefer the euro. So the recent bounce to us looks like a sell. So what we're going to do now is go over and take a look at the pairs. I'm going to start with Euro USD. USD daily chart, actually, just before I go through the levels here, I just want to show you the monthly chart, because this is where we're getting our target from, and also the key level of resistance. The euro bottoms out below 110 here, goes up, small correction up, and then we kind of top out, two bodies and a tail down. That's the last push of the bulls, that double top there, in line with the double top here and the tail. Decisive red takes out 119. Then we try and get back above 119 for the last 3 months, and we can't. Low volatility candles. I think we're going to see volatility pick up in this pair and a move to the downside. In terms of fair value for the euro, way the fundamentals look right now, we think back at 110. There's a level in between, which is 114, which is basically this double top here that's taken out there on this big blue. But I think, longer term perspective, long way to go down on the euro. Okay, not too much volatility at the moment, but I think that's going to change. Let's go back to the daily chart. There's the 119 level. Okay, now in terms of this pair, we got really bearish back in June. If you follow our weekly forecasts, you'll remember that. Sold above the 122 level, and basically we held to 117. Okay, then we took off half our trade, but the other half behind 118, and then we went flat on the break. Now, in terms of this move up, comes to 119. Resistance was met over here, and we came down. That's for us just natural kind of retracement. One blue candle pokes through the level. No buyers, and we've come down. Okay, we haven't moved quickly yet. We're only 100 or so pips off the recent high, but I think the volatility will pick up. Now, speculators have been bullish of the euro, large speculators, big money. I think they're going to change their view, and we're going to see them piling short to the euro, i.e. reverse their longs. I'm looking really for any rally to fail back to 119, and if we can take out daily lows, then the volatility will pick up, will trend down, hopefully, to 114, then 110. Now, it hasn't been that volatile in this pair, but I think that will change. Now, if you're bearish of the euro, regular viewers of our videos will know this, you could trade the proxies, because they tend to move quicker than the euro. If you're a strong downtrend, they'll go down quicker than the euro. Strong uptrend, they'll go up quicker. Okay, we'll look at two proxies in a moment. What I want to look at next, two major crosses, which are going to be Euro JPY and Euro GBP. So let's go and take a look at the charts. Right, Euro JPY daily chart, and in terms of this pair, been really bearish since we topped out at the 134 level. We caught a nice downtrend down to the 128 level. Got stopped out as we came above 129. And I was a bit aggressive with my entry. I came back in at 129.20, but then we move on to the upside, okay? But we start to top out here. In my view, these candles trying to get up towards the 131 level. Can't do it. Red down on Thursday. Okay, we had a blue candle on Friday, but look at that tail exhaustion. That is a sell for a move to 128, 126. That's weekly and monthly support. We may even run on to 120. So if I just look at the monthly chart, I'm targeting this level at the moment, okay, which will correct the yen's oversold condition. But risk off could push us to 120. Yeah, yen, number one safe haven currency. And if we look at the yen, it's been risk on since the euro topped out. But the yen has done pretty well, hasn't it? I've got a feeling risk off could be coming. That will give the yen an additional boost, and the long speculative position will get taken out on stop. And I think big speculators will actually turn around, just like in Euro USD, and go short the euro. Okay. So it's a sell stop behind the second level. Euro GBP. It's been a fairly scrappy chart. And in terms of being scrappy, okay, I think that's going to end. We're going to get big move to the downside in the euro. UK economy doing better than Eurozone. Interest rate outlook favours the UK. We do get this big rally here, though. Get up to this 86 level. We struggle to get through it and away from it. That's the decisive candle. No more buyers. Red, red, and another red. Okay. Now, the way we play this one is we're looking for a move to 80. So put a small trade in, and then if this level gives way, you'll see the volatility, I think, pick up, and you get a smoother trend to the downside. I'll just show you the monthly chart. Now, in terms of the pound, it's still suffering a Brexit hangover. All the selling to do with Brexit. The pound hasn't corrected to fair value. Fair value is the 80 level in our view. So this zone here with the big blue goes off to the upside. We should come back to the 80 level. For patient trend followers, I think this is a decent trade. Now let's go and have a look at two pairs we really like, which are 2 euro proxies against the USD. Right, first of the two correlated currencies with the euro, this is the Norwegian krona against the USD. And in terms of the chart, you see big move up there, tail exhaustion down, up again, tail exhaustion down, and we come towards the 860 level, which is a big level of support. We're kind of traveling sideways. You get one poke at the level there, go up a bit, back, tail, can't get to the 860 level. I'm looking now, already long, looking for 870 to give way. If it gives way, I think we're going up to chart highs, then off the top of my computer screen to 950. Now, in terms of the NOK, if the euro gets to a big downtrend, the NOK will follow it. But it's also a commodity currency. So, our view is that commodities are overbought. Big one for Norway is crude oil. We think crude oil is going down. That will give the USD an additional boost. It's going to get hit with a double whammy, so to speak, euro weakness and commodity weakness. Really like the look of this trade. Next proxy or last proxy, I'll look at USD PLN. This, the Polish zloty heavily correlated with global trade, global risk on and risk off. Okay, you do see the dollar kind of move up. Then this really nice correction here. Now the dollar is coming back. We're already long. I will add above this tail here. And really good risk to reward. We're not just aiming for here. You can see I'm aiming for 420, which is again off the top of my computer screen. There's a couple other euro proxies you can look at as well. USD CZK, Czech krona, USD SEK, Swedish krona look good as well. So there we have the trade setups. Fundamental analysis we've done is simple, and if you want to catch big trends, you have to know the big fundamentals and do a study of sentiment as well. Most traders won't do that, but unless you do, you're never going to get big trend. Also, if you know the fundamentals and sentiment behind the chart, basically and keep your technicals extremely simple. Right, that is the video for the day. We'll see how these trade setups do. I'll cover them in a future video, but that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Take care Have a good day.